Nigel Farage claimed Brexit may be playing a large role in the Dominic Cummings row as he delivered a judgment on whether the PM's aid was in breach of the lockdown rules. Nigel Farage stunned LBC listeners when he claimed the motivations behind the outrage against Dominic Cummings may have to do with Brexit. Boris Johnson's chief aide has been accused of flouting the government's own lockdown restrictions by travelling over 200 miles when he had coronavirus symptoms. Mr. Cummings addressed press from Downing Street to explain his movements in an attempt to stave off demands for his resignation. Mr. Farage gave his verdict on the speech. "I thought he was calm, I thought he was in control, I thought he was considerably politer than I would have expected. He clearly is in breach of the rules. Is that enough for him as an unelected advisor to be got rid of? It is clear that Boris Johnson wants to stick with him." The LBC host continued, "It is clear that there are many, not all, but many in the Remain camp particularly, who would like to see the back of him. They think Cummings going now may well aid them in getting us to extend, beyond the end of this year, staying in the EU rulebook." Has he done enough to convince everyone? I don't think he's 100% telling the truth. But I don't necessarily think what he's done is a capital offence. That's my view. Mr. Cummings refused to apologise for his actions and said he believed he had acted reasonably and within the law. The special advisor had driven 260 miles from London to Durham with his family after his wife developed symptoms in March, despite official guidelines stating that those in a similar position should remain home and isolate. Mr. Cummings claimed he made the trip in his son's interest so that his family could look after the 4-year-old if necessary. Mr. Farage addressed the defence. Is that absolutely, literally, a strict breach of the rules? It's questionable. I think when it comes to the trip to Barnard Castle, that was the most extraordinary part of it. That isn't credible or believable in any way at all. I am not personally very bothered if people go into the woods or countryside. But if you're the people making the rules, it puts you in a very difficult position.